Hello, I'm Grant Wallstrom, contributing editor to Internal Auditor magazine's fraud department and senior manager of fraud forensics and investigations at ADT in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm pleased to introduce this episode of Fraud on the All Things Internal Audit podcast, which provides fictionalized accounts of fraud based on actual events.
Part 1. Orange is the new office attire. In August 2023, Jonathan Erick, a former employee of the City of Sommerville, traded his office attire for the infamous orange jumpsuit, courtesy of the Stone County Sheriff's deputies. His new accessory? Charges of felony theft and fraud. Close to the county jail, City Auditor Michelle Martinez sat in her office, reading the news of Erick's arrest. His mugshot practically screamed, "Caught in the act." Part 2. Gift cards gone rogue. Martinez, the sharp-eyed internal auditor, first sensed something fishy with Erick's use of the city's credit cards. She and her team had one mission: make sure employees with purchase card privileges didn't treat them like their personal piggy banks. The city purchasing department had laid out clear rules. Some things were a big no-no, like gift cards. They were considered high risk and were prohibited because they were too easy to steal and turn around to sell. Someone could easily profit at the city's expense. Martinez had a knack for using the department's various tests to sniff out any funny business in her audits. During one of her routine checks, some small purchases, $100 to $200 from several stores, stuck out like a sore thumb among the usual expenses like fuel and office supplies. Something seemed off. She decided to dig deeper. First stop, the expense report for these odd transactions. They all had one thing in common: Jonathan Erick. As she peeled back the layers, she found receipts that did not match the descriptions on his expense reports. A $200 Visa gift card masquerading as an electronic hearing protector? Nice try, Erick. But the mismatched fonts and inconsistent details were a dead giveaway. Martinez suspected a shallow fake, a low-tech trick to manipulate receipts, and called in her office's fraud investigators. A few weeks later, investigators had good news. Thanks to Martinez's sharp eye, they uncovered Erick's gift card scam after just a few months and about $1,500 in unauthorized expenses. Knowing that fraudsters tend to get greedy over time, the Office of the City Auditor decided to dig into Erick's purchasing history for more red flags. Part 3. Fiscal Follies Unmasked. Their hunch paid off. A thorough review revealed another $1,500 in personal purchases, mainly firearm accessories. Erick had a knack for disguising these as tools, like a punch and die tool set. Open source intelligence confirmed Erick's enthusiasm for firearms, making his alterations even more suspicious. Martinez's boss also said that Erick used his purchase card to buy gift cards worth $50 to $200 in November and December of last year. They laughed and said, "Looks like someone did some holiday shopping on the city's dime." Erick knew his supervisor was the first line of defense against his expense fraud since she reviewed and approved his monthly purchases. To bypass her oversight and hide his fraudulent gift card purchases, he doctored the receipts before submitting them. In some cases, Erick changed the shipping address on these documents from his home to his Sommerville office. With these falsified receipts and altered purchasing records, his supervisor believed his purchases were legitimate city expenses and approved them without suspicion. Erick managed to steal nearly $3,000 before his game was up. Though a modest sum, it proved the city's purchase controls were effective. Without these measures and Martinez's due diligence, Erick could have caused far more financial damage for the city.
This has been the All Things Internal Audit Fraud Podcast. Fictionalized accounts based on actual events, brought to you by the Institute of Internal Auditors. IIA members can access the full story in this month's issue of Internal Auditor magazine, including bonus materials on lessons learned. To read more, visit internalauditor.theiia.org for more fraud-related resources, including guidance and thought leadership from the IIA and the ACFE. Visit theiia.org/ACFE fraud.